How do you give a great presentation? Before I recorded this video, I decided to go for a walk down to the shops, bought some banana bread, the 20% less sugar range. It's the same price as the normal one, so why not get that one? So I bought some of that for myself and for some of my colleagues in my office. Now, the point of that was not so much that I wanted to go get a snack, but that I wanted to get up and go for a walk and get a bit of exercise. When you want to give a great presentation, to be able to perform and use your brain to its full capacity, it's really important that we get some exercise, get the blood flowing throughout our whole body to have that mind and body connection, so that we're able to draw on all the memories that we need to when we're in the moment presenting. Some of the things that I'm going to share with you today are backed by, let's say, science. Some of the things I'm going to share with you are things that I find personally help me. So take it, leave it, whatever you want to do with it, as long as you stick around to the end of the video, and hopefully you can apply some of these. First step, next time you want to do a great presentation, I encourage you to dress well. Now, of course, you're at school, you get school uniform, but I remember being at school and there's always a uniform that you like a little bit better than the others, you know, the pants that you prefer, or the, shirt that you prefer more than the other shirts, even though they're all like the same. Something about the fit, the style, whatever it is. Choose your best uniform. If you have, if it's like the end of the week, save that uniform till your presentation, so you can look forward to it, because dressing well, feeling comfortable, feeling confident, it's all going to help, it's all going to matter. As I said, try to get a bit of exercise, get the blood flowing through our body so that we're ready to, share, and we're active, and we're not feeling like we're just, body's still waking up. Maybe do a few stretches. When it comes to presenting, if you're cramming at the last minute and then trying to spew that back onto your audience, just pause and think about that for a moment. It's probably not going to come out the way that you want it to. Not that spew ever does. But you need to use some cue cards that help you stay on track. Know your topic really, really well, and then make sure that you're able to talk about it without having to read off your cards. No one likes a presentation where you're either reading off the cards or reading off the slides. On that, using slides sometimes can be a really great tool. On the weekend at church, I loved seeing the pastor's slides up, and it had just one word on each slide with a background of water. And after that one word, a full stop. Very strong, powerful, connected with the sermon. So if you are using slides, keep it really minimal. Maybe you have a word that connects with what you're saying. Maybe you're able to just read off, okay, there's the word prompt for you, and here are my cue cards, or maybe I don't need them because that's cueing me to talk about what I know really, really well. Make connections with your audience. That's the next point. If you are able to connect with your audience, draw on some of their knowledge, talk about things they're interested in, talk about things that they've been doing, you'll be able to connect with them. You'll be able to have a relationship with the audience where it's not just a one-sided presentation. Because if you are delivering some information to people and you find it is getting a bit, dragging on, the audience are gone. They're not listening. It's not enjoyable. And often that means there's an awkward silence when we hear that pin drop, and there's, a tightness that we feel because of that situation. On the other side, if you've got the audience watching, listening, making active listening sounds, all the yep, as annoying as that can be if it's overdone, it makes you feel like, okay, yeah, this is going somewhere, and time will pass a lot quicker for you. Get your presentation out of the way. Now, this one that I'm going to say now is don't be stagnant. If you're sitting down, obviously you are stagnant, but I'm trying to move around my arms just a little bit to add a few gestures. You could lean forward, lean back. That's if you are doing a sitting presentation. If you're standing up, it's important to not stand perfectly still, but you don't want to move around too much. Imagine you are presenting to a camera. If you, in your presentation, move around too much, you'll be lost out of the sort of line of sight. And it might feel like your audience are watching a bit of a tennis match trying to keep up with where you are. You might notice, if you ever watch a TED Talk, that in a TED Talk, there's like a dot on the ground, or a big red circle. And yeah, that's probably so that they stay in the shot for the cameras, but also so that they're able to move around and use the space and interact with the audiences without going all the way out of the shot of the camera. Finally, when you're finishing your presentation, try to leave the audience with one line that not only sums up what you've been talking about, but will help them go on and act on what you've just spoken about, or carry it off with them. Maybe it's a conversation starter, like a rhetorical question, because as I said in a previous video, if you collaborate with other people and talk to people about things, you will remember things a lot better. So it could be a question that you leave them with, could be just an idea, could be a saying or a quote. Whatever it is, try to make it memorable. Presenting isn't hard when you know what to say.